is going to be very, very impactful.
Okay.
Going to be really interesting to keep track of these side lanes, you know, with one side having Realm Warp and Bard and the other side having Tulia Pantheon. He has a little bit of extra time. He actually dropped his Gromp to make this play, though. So Impact wants a dive. Level 6 for Nectin here. Look at that Gnar bar. Thanatos is charging it up. Hambach in the area, and Rise Realm Warp will be 3.
Okay, Thanatos is already in Mega Gnar. He slams Impact into the wall, but the burst damage comes down. The final turret shot can't fire, and Sentinels draw first blood.
Really well played there. I didn't think they were going to be able to pull that off until I see Darkwing's Realm Warping
On the opposite side. But also remember first blood. So it would have been bad
towards the tower instead of towards the wall.
Just straight into the wall.
Yeah, I think he might have been able to get him.
Ooh, meanwhile, public execution here in the mid lane, and Hambach's not done. The junk
is it your Pantheon ult as well as your Pantheon flash, but it gives vision of your jungler and allowed, or try and get first tower. They've got 4.
Yep, they're bringing everybody down here. Impact has already popped the Dominus, trying to clear the wave out of the way and stop this from going down, but no, it's C9 finally finding their first kill of the game. 12
Sven
minutes
is farming plates. They make the dive happen down there. Sven is now 1.7k up, and Sentinels went from 1,000 gold lead to a 600 gold deficit in a matter of a minute, 2 minutes, and now the tower is going to fall as well. This game is already getting out of hand. Sven is going to be such a problem. He's going to base with, let's see, 2,500 gold in pocket.
Yeah.
Watch, because everybody's hanging out in this like southern quadrant of the map, and I want to see if they want to make a move. Who he's the one finding himself in danger. Arc of Ruin plus the
really
Wild Growth.
early, so they also have vision advantage and early positioning.
Yup, and the Wild Growth is just about ready to go again here for the Lulu, but the fight's already going to start, and it's a lot of damage onto Hambach. The Fed Ambess is about to get bursted down, polymorphed, and Thanatos takes the kill. Now Impact's got to try to get away, but Sven is on the hunt. APA rides the Weaver's wall, and Rahel barely escapes. C9 find 2 kills very easily and go to claim their prize.
Yeah, I mean, Hambach is in there almost alone. Over the rocks, just gets destroyed very quickly. Even like Hui Bard ults, like, you know, to try and buy some time. Maybe they could think of a way to get him out of there afterwards, but unsuccessful in Cloud9.
Cool.
And this is the thing with Cloud9's success as it continues.
Yep.
This tournament, what has really been on the biggest display, because yeah, you know, a lot of these guys are really good individual players, but their team synergy and the way they pull off really quick snap plays has been what has really rewarded this team. A lot of them have been through the mid game. It hasn't been just like, oh, we're crushing all the lanes from the very beginning.
Okay, sorry. Thought we almost had another Hambach kill there underneath the tier 1 turret.
A healthy amount of worry, and Thanatos now trying to get away as Mini-Gnar will have to flash, but Cloud9's synergy has been on display, and you know, this is one of the things that people thought as we take a look at the Pantheon ult.
Yeah,
started it all.
Pretty simple Pantheon ult. You know, they knew that Corgi had no flash, so he gets in behind him.
Yeah. Okay, let's see now. Hambach going towards the enemy jungle. They still want to try to make this move onto Thanatos, who does have his Gnar bar charged. The turret is disabled there by the Bard ulti, but now the stun underneath the Mega Gnar to follow it up, but no, he's still all alone. Thanatos will fall. Sentinels doesn't lose anybody, and they're going to try to force down this tier 1 turret.
And nicely done by Hui. He goes down towards bot side, forces a flash from Thanatos, and then just sets up the redive, turn off the tower. Thanatos really couldn't have played it any better, but Hui's tanking the tower at max range, so nothing he can do to knock him down. Darkwings is getting punished a little bit here by Sven, who is just, I mean, Sentinels knows they can't fight around Sven. They have to just try to go elsewhere, try to get picks in the side lanes, hope that you can buy some time for someone to catch.
Boomerang, just barely missing Impact is the difference between C9 finding that kill or not.
And they're summoning Herald topside, so we'll see if they can actually get this full tower. Looks like they can, so that's something nice for Sentinels. They survive the play here, and they're at least getting something back on the top side, gonna be able to Realm Warp out. I didn't know you could Realm Warp the Herald, actually.
I wanted him to charge right out of it, but it went instantly into the wall.
Darkwings is in some danger. He's got to try to get out of there.
Throw our fists at him, let our fists do the talking. Okay.
All right, they're trying to make a play onto Thanatos here, and as soon as Hambach shows up, that might be what they need, but the Tempered Fate does not catch the Gnar. Thanatos now back into mini form as Hambach has made his way into the fight. C9, meanwhile, are going to secure the Drake for themselves, but it does cost their top laner.
Yeah, Cloud9 got to be careful. If you give away too many of these plays on side lanes, that gold can...
I mean, you fly in there, there's no other way to play the fight. You have to go into the backline as Mbessa, but you immediately are going to get polymorphed and wild growth.
Sentinels going in, trying to find the Pantheon, but Blabber blocks almost all of the damage. Flashing away, trying to stay safe, get on the other side of the unraveled Earth, and now C9 fires back. Darkwings, defensive flash getting out. Thanatos, wild growth here on the front line. APA tries to scatter. Sven looking for the damage, trying to find Huhi. Gets one kill. Hambach goes after Sven, but he can't kill him! The pocket Lulu is there for the save. It's a triple kill for Sven's Yunara. Impact will fall now as well. The fight was so close at the start, but C9 comes out on top.
That's why I put
Dashes in and Vulcan follows.
And I'm pretty sure he just dodged the Mbessa ult with the same move. He dodges the Mbessa ult and gets into their faces, and then the Lulu flashes in to support
Packed away, APA and Vulcan on the approach. It's all about Sven. Huhi wrapping around the back of the pit, just trying to keep an eye on how C9 are positioning. Hambach has lost half his HP, and Darkwings has nearly done the same.
I like the camera we have on Sven right there. He's doing a lot of talking, especially for an AD carry. But when you are the center
Usually
and
they
you
only
know
click.
it, yeah, exactly. But when you are the center, you are so fed right now. It's like the game is in our hands, and they have the Hextech Soul on top of it. No fight necessary for that soul.
For themselves, Sentinels is going to have to find some kind of an answer here. The Baron is already down to 4,000 HP. Tempered Fate going to buy them only a moment. Sentinels got to try to get in there as C9 are going to go ahead and secure the objective. Hambach jumps in only to die. Thanatos gets back to the safety of his team, and the remaining 4 Sentinels now have to scatter. The Weaver's Wall sends APA to his own demise, but Sven is still free firing. Blabber barely gets away. Wild growth onto the jungler as they pick up the additional kill there onto Impact. Sven can't get anyone else.
It's really hard to pull that play off anyways. Afterwards, though, a little surprise kill here.
No
They
flash,
get
no
on
flash.
when I click it on Yunara.
Come on, 2 seconds. I'm going to Renekton inside. I'm going to Renekton inside. Go Renekton, no flash.
And they're pushing the top lane.
It's truly fortunate that we have a top laner to analyze the huge impact that top laners have had in this game.
1, 4, and 2, and
After
1,
this.
3, and 4. Huge. 1 kill versus 1 kill.
130 gold lead for Thanatos. Is that player game material?
There you go. There you go.
There.
And even after all this time, Hambach still has his individual compared to everybody else, seeing if maybe Sven will step just a little bit too far up. Impact does have flash now, so they can try to go for a flash Ruthless Predator, but it's so hard to burst down this Yunara through the Lulu protecting him. And now Sven, just a couple more auto attacks, will take out the tier 3 turret. Thanatos split pushing over in the mid lane here at the same time. Blabber's going to take a little bit of damage, but he can resist most of it because he's Pantheon. Will finally fall. Hambach gets that kill, but Sven has already jumped in and equalized, taking one back on Impact. Now Hambach will die next. Vulcan takes the kill on that. It's 2 dead on the Sentinel side, but the remaining 3 are barely clinging to life. Sven and Vulcan are saying, that's all right, you guys go PvP, we're going to end the game. Thanatos gets an additional kill, and Sven takes out the first Nexus turret. He and Vulcan will put in the work here on the second one. TP coming in on the minion just to reinforce the C9 lines. APA has rejoined the team. Darkwings flashes away from a seismic shove. Thanatos hops right on in to try to force the rise even further back. C9 wants to pad the stats a little bit as Sven looks for the additional kill here on Rahel and shoots him down in his own fountain. They'll complete the ace, and C9 take game 1.
Damage over the top as well.
Just stay safe, bro.
Seems like Cloud9 are going to put a lot of pressure on those immobile carries, but you can say the same thing the other.
Secured. Hambach still only level 5 on the Vi, so if they want to try to take any sort of a fight, it will be tough.
Winning lanes, really nice for junglers, especially with the plan on everybody's mind now of this next crab that spawns in front of Dragon, bottom side for the spawn of crab, also just means, you know, in the words of Blabber, game is over. You know, we got the bottom crab into the Dragon. That's going to guarantee our first and second Dragon. So
okay, let's see if who he ends up meeting the welcoming party here is not going to overextend himself. As Blabber, though, trying to go in. He's overextended, trying to steal away the enemy blue buff. Drops the clone to try to defend against the curtain call, but it's APA who's going to be killed off first. First blood over to Sentinels there in the mid lane for Darkwings, but Sven gets one back into Hambach. Nice damage for the piercing arrow, but it's a double kill for Darkwings.
they pull the trigger.
We don't have TP on either top laner. We thought it was going to be
we have had a lot of 3-0s this weekend, just early warning. And Cloud9 handily won the first game. Currently, though, setting up on Dragon. See if Sentinels are going to go for the engage. Hambach charging up.
Okay, Hambach wants to jump in. APA is going to be your target yet again. The curtain call opens up. APA is already down. A lot of damage coming out, though, the other way around, and that's 2 Sentinels dead. 2 dead dead on the C9 side as well. Sven back into the Dragon Pit as the equalizer drops on top of the objective, and Thanatos is still looking for his angle. C9 have lost 3, Sentinels have lost 2. Junglers are out of the picture on both sides. Thanatos still trying to fight here, open up a little bit of space for Sven, who wants to steal it away, but no, the Jhin, Rahel, secures the objective.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had a 4th shot there. And
no true tanks or anything like that. Obviously,
Exactly.
There's some tools to be able to absorb, but they're going for Zen.
Yeah, they want a full send after that. Varus, Hambach goes in with the equalizer right behind him, and Sven is cooked. Sentinels have found their first kill, and now they're trying to get everybody out alive. Hambach is taken low, but Blabber's got to be careful. Impact goes underneath the turret. He does get rooted up by Vulcan. Sentinels, are they going to get Impact out? Not quite. It was nearly perfect, but they still make the play.
yeah, really good play once again. They come at 3 angles at Sven. Flash Vi ultimate into Rumble ultimate into Huhi follow-up on the Rakan. They take him down. Hambach surviving there with the Sundered Sky healing, doing a decent amount of work as well. Unfortunately for them, Impact at the very end does barely go down to the last shot, but still a very successful play and taking down the Varus. That is the only one with the gold lead on the top.
They know that Sven is a really strong member. They know he had no flash because of that earlier Dragon fight. And so Hambach has no hesitation to just fully send it on this play with everyone around. And Impact getting very, very strong, has earned 365 gold from the first strike. Has opened up a pretty good lead for himself here, as might have a Herald fight.
Okay, Herald started by C9. Got it already down to just 3,000 HP, but Sentinels are hanging around the area, and it looks like they're going to choose to just walk away from this one. Blabber can smite down. The Herald claimed the eye, no problem, no contest here from Sentinels. But C9 are now behind. That shutdown on Sven, that's stopping him from farming and becoming the monster that he was in game number 1. That is going to happen to Rahel. Impact still hanging around on the flanks, seeing if C9 is going to overcommit towards this dragon so they can look for some sort of an angle to punish. Rahel still has Curtain Call. He can contribute from a long way away. Vulcan engages. They're trying to find the burst here onto Huhi, and they barely miss out on killing him. Now C9 still looking to see if they can make this fight happen. APA does finally burn Huhi down. Vulcan barely staying alive. C9.
That's the next pick I want to fight. I'll be here. I also was clicking up.
Yeah.
I can move down to Dragon right now. I have top wave.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. If you got the wave, I'm down.
Okay. Think about Rumble Ult's done.
Watching, you can go Rakan, Phil.
Yeah, I'll go.
Take it.
Look Rakan.
Okay. Got Drake. I'm leaving Vi.
Rakan 1 HP.
Yeah, I'm on Vi.
I'm playing slow.
Yeah. Nice,
We got Rumble.
Nice, guys.
Alright, we got Rakan.
Oh, that is caught back up. Darkwings getting comboed down pretty heavily by APA, but Hambach is ready and waiting. APA with a Seeker's Arm Guard, staying alive for now. Spiraling Despair, can't kill him. Hambach's now got to be on the lookout. Huhi coming to try to protect his jungler, but Blabber has gone in here for the Cyclone. Thanatos right next to him. Sven's here for the additional damage with the piercing arrow. Hambach's going to fall, and Thanatos takes the kill.
I mean, APA, that was very nice. Really good reactions from him instantly to be able to deal with the attempted play from Hambach. But honestly, the setup from Sentinels, also a pretty decent one from them. Unfortunately, the rewards for Cloud9 are going to be huge positioning advantage around Baron. And now Sentinels have no smite, no jungler, so they just have to 4-on-5.
Yeah, Impact's already made his way in here with a teleport. Keep your eyes out for the equalizer. Vulcan there with a Hex Flash trying to catch Sentinels as they want to stop the Baron. It's already down to 2,000 HP. Smited by Blabber, and C9, 21 minutes into the game, secure the Baron. But now they got to try to make sure they get everybody out. Thanatos and Blabber both low on HP as the Curtain Call opens up. Vulcan's going to body block the shots and really trying to build this lead even further.
Yeah, this is going to get pretty difficult here for Sentinels. Of course, they do have good wave clear with the Hwei. But it's scary. They're losing control of this whole area of the map.
Yeah, and he's just about to get 100 to 0 there thanks to the hook coming out from Vulcan. One support catches the other, but now Sentinels are once again in a 4v5. Vulcan nearly gets an additional dredge line there to Impact. APA swooping in from the side as Thanatos keeps everybody else occupied. He wants to go all out, and Darkwings tries to flash, but he still falls. Thanatos fighting for his life, but he finally drops. Meanwhile, Impact's cleaned up over in the jungle. C9 might have lost their top laner, but they got
trying to clear out some vision here. He just gets 100 to 0. Mikhail's or not, you can't survive.
I mean, the whole squad jumps out of
there, so he used that to get away. So it is a trade of ultimates at the very least, but see,
yeah, there's your flash engage coming out from Sentinels. They found their pick onto Blabber, or have they? He goes over the wall, just trying to get back away. Blabber with a fancy feet, staying alive as Hambach dies to the Arcane Storm. Blabber's still cooking, and now Impact feeds the damage onto Sven, but he cannot find it. C9, beautiful outplay, as Darkwings is going to be your next target. The damage is there as Blabber has made his way back in. One more crushing blow might do it, but he can't quite land the damage. Blabber's still burning, but APA's got the rampage kill into Darkwings. C9, don't lose a man.
What? He just E'd to him and got behind him as the Q was released from Vi, so he doesn't hit him? That was crazy. That was crazy work right there. What the?
And he's staying around at no HP till the very end of the fight. Goes back in, procs Thunder Sky on 2 people. The look here as Blabber's walking forward, they know he has no ult, so they go immediately in onto him. Too much overlap, unfortunately, on the CC, but then flash over the wall, E back to where Hambach was.
I like how we're also just going over how Blabber lives instead of all the rest of the members just killing Sentinels.
Well, we've got another kill on Sentinels here in the mid lane as Vulcan and Blabber work together for the pick on Rahel. Now that that Jhin is out of the picture, this is what we were talking about at the start of the game. Like, the bot lane for Sentinels has to perform because Rahel feels like the main carry of the team. When that Jhin is down, C9 know they can just force their way through the front door, and the mid lane inhibitor falls right after.
If you weren't sure before, this is why Cloud9 have really clearly been put at this #1 spot in the LCS. This team, the teamwork here is looking really good. The individual plays have been very good for them. And
he takes damage from a single piercing arrow. Thanatos off to the side, trying to deal with Impact and Darkwings there in the 1v2, while the rest of C9 engages, and he is already down. Hambach in the middle of everybody will fall second as Thanatos goes all out and drags Impact all the way in. Blabber picks up a killing spree there onto Rahel as Darkwings knocks Blabber down, but it's only his Guardian Angel, and now it's an out of mana way. He's out of space, he's out of time, he's
dancing.
Out of there.
They're
Okay,
dancing,
they're just gonna
bro.
dance. I was trying to do the whole tempo call, but they're just gonna rub it in. There's the ace for C9. They're gonna take the Cloud Soul, and the only thing they get to use the speed for is a faster march to the enemy Nexus. 29 minutes into the game, 11,000 gold lead, and C9 is going up 2-0 in this series, showing why they are such heavy favorites.
yeah, APA was like, all right, I'm gonna
Is mega damage more or less damage than like ultra damage?
Well, there's a tier list. Let me check here. Mega is bigger. Yeah,
Mega is
Mega is bigger. Yeah.
Is Mega the
type pace of game this game?
Yeah, you gave APA his Ziggs here, so what was the thought process behind that? Because, yeah.
I guess he can just first pick blind Ziggs. Let's see, maybe we'll punish it, maybe not. Flash, kill his ass. Oh! Oh!
He's going down. Oh, he's
That is what we do versus the first pick Ziggs. That is what we do. It was all according to my master plan.
And there you have it. So looks like Sentinel's going to go for the reverse sweep here. And we'll toss it back to Flowers and the rest of the crew. What do you guys think about that?
I think they did indeed flash kill his...
maybe some like grass peeling or whatever, but every time he burrows, when you have that full rage bar at this point, as Huhi could be in some trouble.
Yeah, they're trying to fight back though as Rahel jumps in after Sven, hits him with the full Lucian combo. Sven down to 300 HP, but the bubble doesn't find its target. Hambach throws out the Dragon Strike, and as soon as he does that, Blabber decides it's time to go in because the enemy jungler doesn't have his escape mechanism. Sven roots him up with Gravitum, and Blabber smashes him down with the Bramble Smash.
A really good counter.
Bounces the heal off Darkwings onto APA, gives him a little bit of an HP lead there.
Yep.
So that was pretty nicely done. And it looks like we are potentially going to have a scrap for the Scuttle, but Sentinels decides, you know what, we're just going to back off. Blabber just early smites onto the Dragon, getting that second smite charge ready. Does not think that they are going to contest, so he had 2 smite charges ready. That one is cooling down, and he's just going to start that Dragon, leash it at the same time.
Yeah, and especially on mounted dragons, they take so long to kill. Second charge is back up, ready to finish it off. So he's always efficient. Gets the Scuttle, corrals it next to the Dragon, get your Q onto both of them, and kind of business as usual for Cloud9 here. First
Time
Dragon.
they got that kill onto Hambach, it was because he used that too aggressively. He didn't have it available as an escape mechanism, and now Blabber is confident to start up the Drake. Here's the cost of that APA wave clear that we're talking about, because he just shoves the mid lane in so fast. Vulcan's going to be the target here from Sentinels. They want a full commit onto the enemy support, but the Cloud9 counterattack is there. The culling can't kill Vulcan. Sven's got the crescendum. He's trying to find the kill onto Huhi, but he's overextended. Rahel gets the kill back onto the Aphelios. Meanwhile, APA APA picks one up on Hambach. C9 coming out 2 for 1 so far, as Impact is trying to stick around, but he may regret it. Wants to flash away. A little bit more damage from bouncing bomb is not enough to secure it. And C9 will take the fight. They'll have the 1 extra kill, and they'll get Drake number 2.
It's just like
that. This is illegal. You're not allowed to do that. And then they lantern Sven in. Sven had to immediately flash out of the Cataclysm too. And then they chased 2 different sides. So Sven did end up going.
And then Locket as well. When you're thinking about TF, you're thinking of Jarvan, you're thinking of culling all of this upfront damage that's coming through from the Sentinels comp. Locket's going to help shut that down.
Blabber's approaching this Rift Herald that's already been started up by Sentinels. They've got the combo with the Maokai ulti plus the Mega Inferno Bomb, and there's your Nature's Grasp already used by Blabber. Mega Inferno Bomb down onto 3, and Vulcan's ready to follow it up with a nice death sentence onto Hambach. Darkwings primes the gold card. They want to try to see if they can put the pressure onto Sven, but they don't have enough damage to kill him. Hambach's going to drop, and Darkwings barely gets away. Sentinels trying to make these fights happen, but it's so difficult. Impact now could be caught here as well. Blabber locks him up with the twisted advance, and with Thanatos there, maybe that's your Titanic Hydra, Kobe! Maybe.
Give it to Thanatos, come on.
Nope. APA takes the next one. C9 will not get the Herald, so critically for Sentinels,
Down
they
so heavily, and then Darkwings is going in with Hambach. Sven basically doesn't care. They do no damage at all.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
that one was a miss.
That one was.
Well, now here in the mid lane, Rahel is in danger yet again. Thanatos trying to go for the execute here with the ulti, and there's your Titanic Hydra, Kobe. C9 get their pick.
That's good.
That's a good one. To me, my first reaction when you said Blappa, it sounds like some sort of like whoopee cushion noise or something. Like, wow, Azael, that was a really loud Blappa right there.
Okay.
You're embarrassed, or? Cloud9 are going to take another tower. You're proud, yeah.
C9 take the tower. The Dragon is started up by Sentinels, but C9 have a 5,500 gold lead if they just want to try to fight. There goes the Blabber. Ulti immediately followed up with a Mega Inferno Bomb. Aphelios ult from downtown, and Vulcan flashes forward, goes in for the play into the death sentence. The Dragon goes over to C9 here too, as Darkwings is already down. Hambach flashes over the wall, tries to get to safety. Blabber just going to solo down Rahel with the tank Maokai, as Vulcan looks for another. He's going to bring Blabber closer. They're chasing after Huhi, but the Flay doesn't quite have the range. It's 3 kills plus a Drake for C9, who are 7,500 gold ahead.
I like Vulcan's moves, man. He's flashing over abilities. He's hitting it, multiple death sentences. You know, McHale'sing himself to try and keep up the chase. But
he might be my player of the game.
Oh, man. Cloud.
He's gonna smurfing too.
All these players on Cloud9 are players of this game for sure.
Sucks having a good team. It's tough out there.
It's too rough, man.
Out there.
It's a tough one.
I'm gonna keep eye on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ulting now, ulting now. Ulting now. Look here.
No, ask cleanse.
Yeah. No cleanse now.
I can block
Yeah,
Zion ult forever.
Big mid low, Aim is near her.
Yeah.
I got TF.
Yeah. I'm on Lucian.
No gold card.
I'm on Lucian slowly.
Hey, Jarvan, Blabber.
Zion cannot go there.
Oh my god. Mad life.
I mean, he was smurfing in that fight.
No,
Good comms again. C9 is just seeming like they are on point. They're going to look for Sven, though.
Yep, flash gold card, but the immediate flash from Sven. He pops the barrier and tries to survive, but Sentinels has enough damage. Now they got to be careful for the counterattack, because Thanatos has made his way in with a Blabber ulti right on top of him. Goes for the kill on Rahel, and Huhi dies too. That's 2 for 1 already here for C9, as Impact has to try to flash away. The Scion is not looking particularly tanky, as they juggle him around back and forth between Bramble Smashes and Flays and Zig Satchels. There's just nowhere for Impact to go. He'll go down farming, because it's the only thing the Scion's going to get. 10,000 gold lead for C9 20 minutes in.
It's actually player of the game material to give the Scion kill to your Ziggs and not take it. I would have saved my E. I would have saved my E to bite and steal that last kill. But he gave it to the carry.
-1. There you go. -1. Man, look at this. Your TF, you're way behind. You're like, don't worry, guys. I'll gold card someone. 1 McHale's, 2 McHale's. That is tough. So they even have the double McHale's now. So good luck finding a pick. You know what? I got to say, with the advantage of hindsight, maybe Vayne wouldn't have been so bad. Maybe we should have gone Vayne this game.
What would Vayne have accomplished here? That's the real question. But that's not an answer we're going to be able to find today. Yeah, that's an alternate timeline now, as we have 2 minutes until what'll be the Hex Soul for C9 spawns. Sentinels is just at a point where they need C9 to make a mistake. If C9 doesn't misclick, oh man, and sure enough, Vulcan just goes in for the hook onto Hambach, who tries to get away through the wall. Enough damage is there from Sven from all the way back on the riverside, and with the enemy jungler dead for the next 30 seconds, why not add a 21-minute Baron onto this already stomp of a game?
I mean, Vulcan is just smurfing now. He is just finding hook after hook. C9 obviously in an incredible spot, controlling the vision, and that allows you to really take over as a hook champ. And Darkwing's just going to have to ult down to bot. They're going to try to farm some gold on the other side of the map, but I mean, you lost Baron. It's Soul in a minute 30. You're down 11K. This game is looking over. This series is looking completely over. And C9 has just been on such a tear in playoffs. They've looked like by far the best team.
Oh yeah.
Just so you know, only if they win.
Little question mark there. It's a mystery. But, you know, for Sentinels, obviously, they are still locked at least top 3. Assuming they do lose here, they would fall down and play the winner of TL versus Lion, who both look a lot better in their lower bracket debuts. So the Sentinels will have a tough challenge, I think, regardless of who comes through there.
They're trying to get an objective bounty right now with the Twisted Fate split push here, so.
Yep, that's the whole goal.
Wait for the audio, wait for the audio. I love this part. I want to turn it up, actually.
I'm going to admit, underwhelmed.
I thought it was going to be louder.
It's no Grasp. Grasp has a great sound.
Maybe it's because when I hear that noise, I really need it usually. So it seems louder.
Sentinels going in, trying to find the move onto Blabber, who just immediately counterattacks with the Nature's Grasp into the Twisted Advance. They lock up Impact, and they'll kill the Scion first. Blabber still might have to be a little bit careful with the dead body as Hambach already drops, and we've got ourselves a 5 versus 3 as Cloud9 are looking to put the finishing touches on this game. 23 minutes in, the Baron's still got a minute and a half left on it, and C9 have made their way onto the Nexus turrets. Darkwings is just going to die again. The Twisted Fate was not the answer to their problems, and C9 are going to continue rampaging through the LCS. They will complete our weekend of clean sweeps. They will 3-0 Sentinels. They will earn themselves a spot in the finals, and they'll do all of it after they get done padding their stats just a little bit more, trying to get every last kill possible. Sentinels can't do anything about it, and C9 stomp the series.
Well, Golden Glue in the interview was asking, can he just first pick Ziggs like that?